Hello, everybody. Konnichiwa. Whenever you watch this, of course, it is I, the Cement Noah Foster, as we approach the tournaments of the summer. And there's no bigger tournament than G1 Climax, presented by New Japan Pro Wrestling. We find out once again who truly is a grade above the rest, grade one. And again, as always, we will, of course, be doing a bracketology once the brackets are disclosed. I imagine that will be during Dominion. Stay tuned for our coverage of Dominion across not only my channel, our Canadian friend Ash's channel, The Rage of Wrestling, as well as other outlets as we come to know ourselves in Simple Alpha Studios. And of course, there will be, I'm going to try Simple Takes, bring those back just for the G1 Climax. Maybe this gentleman can join me. It's been a long damn time. You remember us covering G1 Climax 33 from start to finish. Once again, we're reunited to bring you a recap of the finals and basically tell you what this is all about. It's great to have, once again, the Wrestling Encyclopedia, my New Japan friend, Casey Gallagher. Casey, it's been a long time. How are you feeling?
Noah-san. It has been far too long indeed. I'm feeling pretty good right now. A little bit sad because the guy I picked didn't make the finals. I picked Hiroki Goto to win this for this year. But let it not be said that we're in for a lesser final because of that. Yota Tsuji and Zack Sabre Jr. gonna tear the house down.
Yes, indeed. And again, for those that don't know, this is a recall of last year's finals. I love to hype up the G1 Climax each year. It's one of my most favorite things to do that if I'm a professional wrestling fan, as you'll see on my channel's playlist. But yes, for those that don't know, the G1 Climax is a round-robin tournament of 2 blocks of competitors that happens each year during the summer season of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Winner of that match gets an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. And last year was very special. Not only was it really a G1 defining the new generation, it was also where history was made and where we broke away from tradition, as we'll talk about in the aftermath. Of course, matches were earned through points through a point system: 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 if you lost. There was also unique semifinals where top seed scorers and semi-seed scorers battled each other from different blocks to make their way here. We'll talk more about that as we get ready for this. Of course, this tournament's been defined by names like Kazuchika Okada, Tetsuya Naito, Kenny Omega, Hiroki Goto, Yuji Nagata, and of course, Mr. August himself, Masahiro Chono, who of course will welcome us in as last year's finals took place from Ryogoku Sumo Hall. So I think without further ado, if people want to watch along with us and react as well, we'll be listening to Chris Charlton and Walker Stewart in the background. 1 hour, 6 minutes, 58 seconds. This entire episode at least will be, as we have the entire thing up on NJW World, and you all can follow along with us too. Become a subscriber to NJW World today, and stay tuned for the G1 Climax this year. Casey, are you ready?
I was born ready.
And on my count, we will hit play on 3, 2, 1, play. Let's do this. As of course they get ready, we of course have Abe-san, our announcer. I got those thoughts. As of course, before we get to the actual match, we got a special guest.
Whose music has been altered due to licensing rights.
Well, it is what it is in the world of licensing music. I still hate that.
Yeah, you and me both. But hey, we all know exactly what music is playing because here comes Mr. August himself, the only man to ever have his name inscribed on the G1 trophy 5 times. The leader of NWO Japan and the biggest badass this side of the Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, Masahiro Chono!
And of course, the immortal rival of the now retired wrestling genius, Keiji Muto. He is Mr. August. He is Mr. Summer. And while Kazuchika Okada may have also won 5 round-robin tournaments, winning last year's Continental Classic, Masahiro Chono is the only one that can say he's won the immortal tournament, the G1, 5 times, to your point. And probably the coolest guy to wear sunglasses indoors, not named Sting. We're being genuine. I could not imagine a G1 Climax without him on the call for the finals.
Bless.
And of course, we have Walker Stewart and Chris Charlton as Ryogoku Sumo Hall gives a rousing ovation.
Yes, indeed.
Stop that. He is Chono. You want? Let's go. Oh, that guy. As of course,
Let's
now,
do
Casey,
this.
yeah, right, brother. As of course, now we look back on what got us here, the season of the G1 last year, 2024 summer. Of course, as you see, Zack Sabre Jr. and Yoda Tsuji earned this opportunity. A first time ever final for both men and a first time ever one-on-one matchup.
I really hope Yoda Tsuji stocked up on his Marlowe pudding. This is not going to be an easy match for him.
And then again, the biggest smile you'll ever see. And again, that cheeky bastard, the front man to the MDK, Zack Sabre Jr.
The mighty don't kneel.
And of course, Zack Sabre Jr. said that he didn't win this, then what was my 20 years of my career worth? And of course, we see some of his greatest wins, including against the likes of Tetsuya Naito, not to mention Greto Khan, Kyle Newman, Shota Umino, Shingo Takagi, and of course, Evil. In less than freaking 10 seconds, that was so damn good. Anytime House of Torture gets their comeuppance, I'm a happy man.
You and me both. Hey, don't let the shirt fool you. This is from the old Bullet Club, the good times.
Yeah, but hey, look, at the Bullet Club right now, we know it's just the war down. It's a little different conversation.
Yeah.
And of course, Zack Sabre Jr. won his way into the finals, beating, of course, Shingo Takagi. But of course, we've seen in the past when Zack Sabre Jr. hasn't had his way, he's had quite a short fuse.
Yes, very much a hothead is Zack Sabre Jr., but don't let his temperament fool you. This man is an artist when it comes to submission wrestling.
As Bryan Danielson pretty much just ushered him in as the best pedigree wrestler on the planet. But you could talk more about the opposite side if you want, Casey Gallagher, when it comes to Gene Blaster, Yoda Tsuji.
I watched this man do, I believe it was the unofficial Block C during G1 30. And both he and Gabe Kidd showed me quite a bit during that unofficial Block C. So to see him in the finals in what I believe is his first main run at a G1 Climax is not a shock whatsoever.
And of course, he overcame the likes of Kenoto Takeshita, and more importantly, in the semifinals, David Finlay. And of course, Uya Amara with that deadbolt German suplex, unfortunately sustained injury that very well could have changed the fates as we know it for both him and Yoda Tsuji.
Well, sending Yuya Uemura all the positive vibes. Get well soon, big guy. We hope to see the Heat Storm back in action sooner rather than later.
Oh, he's back, but whether or not he's in this year's G1, that remains to be seen. But that being said, it's time, Casey. G1 Climax 34 Finals. Yoda Tsuji versus Zack Sabre Jr. One fall to the finish. No time limits.
There must be a winner. And here comes the Gene Blast.
With him, destruction follows. Anything but tranquilo. Yoda Tsuji coming back from excursion after wrestling throughout the UK and Mexico, joining Los Ganadores de Japón, looking to go back-to-back in tournaments, unprecedentedly heard in New Japan Pro Wrestling history. The winner of last year's New Japan Cup, looking to be the winner of the G1 Climax in the same year.
He would be the first person ever to do so. And as has been mentioned many times throughout this G1 Climax, Yoda Tsuji spent no small amount of time playing American football. So look for him to rely on that experience going forward against Zack Sabre Jr.
And to your point, all you got to give Yoda Tsuji is distance. If he creates it, he will exploit it. And to your point, that three-point stance, that spear, that Gene Blaster has literally punched his ticket into the finals. Amazing to think that this young lion was once in the corner of the ace in New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And now he literally could be the leader of the next generation of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Crazy what a difference a few years makes, isn't it?
And to your point, of course, we thought we would see Hiroki Goto. Of course, Yoda Tsuji has been in the ring with Hiroki Goto. And again, folks, looking back at last year, Hiroki Goto this time was not the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. We will bring you up to speed once we get through this recall here as we get ready for this year's G1 Climax 35. But thank you all for tuning into this special that I'm glad to bring back here. And Yoshisuji, of course, was the winner of Block B to get to this point.
Taking out David Finlay not once, but twice.
And very few men in David Finlay's career since he took over the War Dogs can literally say they've beaten the Savage King twice. Looking to be the one to take New Japan global to lead the next generation.
And that slightly distorted electric guitar can only mean one thing. Here comes the front man, leader of the Mighty Don't Kneel, the most decorated gaijin wrestler in all of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Late of England, we witness Zack Sabre Jr.
Born in England, made in Japan, literally Ryogoku Sumo Hall is Zack Sabre Jr.'s spiritual home, as he literally had to put everything on the line to lead New Japan Pro Wrestling. Said that if I don't win here, then what was any of my career worth getting me here? He is the inaugural NWA World Television Champion, held that title for 1 full year, a former New Japan Cup winner. In previous G1 Climax semifinals action, he lost to Tetsuya Naito in less than 3 minutes. But this year, he has found a way back to the top of New Japan and is in his first ever finals at the G1 Climax.
And since Yota Tsuji has only been doing this for a short while, I do believe they're going to give it to Zack here. But let it not be said that Yota Tsuji is going to make it easy on him as Zack Sabre Jr. collects himself before stepping into the ring, wiping his boots on the canvas, and in he goes.
Cheers, Charles, keeps saying that it's coming home, damn it. It very well might, as the front man looks to make his become the second ever non-Japanese, also Western, to win the G1 Climax. Not done since Kenny Omega.
Back in 2018.
And it was against Hiroki Goto. The referee, of course, Red Shoes Umino. As you look at the Japanese contingency, we got Hiroyoshi Tenzin, Masahiro Chono, and of course, Milano Collection AT. Talk about lineup.
Yeah, right?
Hiroyoshi Tenzin, and also another former winner.
Yep, and both those men, 2/3 of what used to be Team 2000, along with Satoshi Kojima.
Bread. Still, he loves his bread.
Yep.
G1 Climax Final, Yota Tsuji, Zack Sabre Jr., the best referee in the business, Red Shoes Umino. Here we go.
And this is it. This is what it's all about. One fall to a finish, no time limit, and here we go.
And right now, Red Shoes probably trying to get leverage of the crowd here. Then listen to me, Goku.
Yeah. This is about as loud as they've been since the pandemic. I don't want to say was lifted, but has quote unquote calmed down.
Well, I would say there's been a new feeling restored in New Japan Pro Wrestling with this rise of this young, new, hungry generation. Think about this. No Tomoshi E, no Kazuchika Okada, no Tetsuya Naito, no Will Ospreay at all involved in this final.
Completely led by the Reiwa 3. And we're talking about Red Shoes. His son Shota is kind of caught between a rock and a hard place as of this point in New Japan history, trying to play peacemaker between what's left of Gorillas of Destiny after both the Thomas and Hikuleo, basically took the money and ran. So ELP is more or less by himself with Jado, and Shota Umino is trying to keep those two on the same page. Not the easiest thing in the world when House of Torture is playing their mind games.
Thankfully, we got no House of Torture to worry about here tonight. Just two men wrestling for the greatest prize possible, the G1 Climax, to be grade 1 above them all. It's like Zack Sabre Jr. going for a leg pick, and of course, Zack Sabre Jr. applying those Billy Robinson techniques. Can't pin or submit your person within 6 seconds. Change position, change the hold. Again, so elusive is Zack Sabre Jr.
And quick on his feet. But let it not be said that Yota Tsuji is slow. This guy can move. This guy can think. We're in for a hell of a fight here, Noah.
Just one of those fans, ultimately, Yota Tsuji, he's looking for his own history, as we talked about, winning the Junior Japan Cup and the G1 in the same year. Kano tie up once again between Yota Tsuji and Zack Sabre Jr. Of We've seen Zack Sabre Jr.'s career all the way through New Japan Pro Wrestling, since being brought in by the likes of Minoru Suzuki, part of Suzuki Gun, former, of course, Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion, Rev Pro British Heavyweight Tag Team Champion with Murder Grandpa himself, former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, and of course, a former NWA World Television Champion, the inaugural one, held that for 1 year, 16 defenses. Now Zack taking Yota Tsuji down, immediately able to escape.
First cover of the match. Only gets a one for Zack Sabre Jr.
And we notice Zack Sabre Jr. has also gone to that level where he doesn't focus just on submission. If he has to, he will go for that pinfall. He's become more flexible in his style, and that's definitely helped him grow as a competitor.
G1 CLIMAX 34, mainly brought to you by Yamada Infratechnos. And you see the logo plastered right there in the center of the ring as the crowd starts to make some noise for Zack Sabre Jr.
And to your point, Yota Tsuji not only has that Gene Blaster, he also has that Marlowe crash that can come anywhere out of any corner.
And now Zack Sabre Jr. working the arm and a reverse cravat on Yota Tsuji.
And trying to trap the left leg, but Yota Tsuji able to step through. Now trying to break the grip of Zack Sabre Jr. Swings him around, change position. Now the side headlock, push off the ropes. Oh, man.
Oh, good tackle.
And shout out to Chris Zamsa with all the stats, as always, from Voices of Wrestling provided for Walker Stewart and Chris Charlton. Of course, we've seen finals go the distance over the last few years, not necessarily as long as they used to. Average about 17 minutes for a G1 CLIMAX final win.
Well, of course, that shows you what these two are willing to put on the line for what this means.
The cover and one count. Again, when you literally got nothing but 3 seconds time between you and victory, it's also one of those things. Do you work fast or do you work long and hard?
Or do you pace yourself? Uh-oh. Zack Sabre Jr. firing up here.
Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. has also built a stronger endurance for pain and also has put on more weight so he can also bring more of a physical offense.
Of course, Yota Tsuji will be more than happy to oblige.
Yota Tsuji bringing Zack Sabre Jr. towards center. Zack stands firm. And that's when that strong spirit and your pride might come back to haunt you.
You're talking about strong spirits. The mobile game's been doing some numbers as Yota Tsuji goes for his first cover of the match, gets a 2 count.
And again, as we talked about, Zack Sabre Jr. made history winning his first singles title in New Japan, the NWA World Television Championship against the son of Strong Style, Ren Narita, and went on to hold that for 1 full calendar year for 16 defense for losing to Hiroshi Tanahashi.
A title currently held by United.
And right now, he's got something special, of course. Oh, dear. Stand by, folks. He's having technical difficulties. Just give it a second. There we go. That was weird. Internet. Always got to be a butt.
It's not so much the internet as my computer port connections.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have a strong LAN connection because Wi-Fi will definitely
Yep, there we go.
And right now, Zack Sabre Jr. Hey, joint manipulation. Make a wish, bent the digits, and traps the arm and stumps on the elbow. And again, Zack Sabre Jr. Bond, the red shoes saying, so sorry. That will draw definitely some homagement from the referee. We know how long at least Red Shoes has, but you still got to hold integrity in this tournament. And right now, Zack Sabre Jr. ringing the arm consistently. Turning it every way possible, and a vicious stomp to the upper forearm. Casey trying to come back to light here, isn't it? Of course, we saw Zack Sabre Jr. beat the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, not via submission, but an inside cradle, small package roll-up in Osaka at the New Beginning.
Ooh. Oh, the hand is not meant to bend.
Yeah, the
that way.
hammerlock of the arm. Of course, everything Zack Sabre Jr. and Yoda Tsuji have done in their respective careers, nothing is bigger than a G1 Climax win. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't just focus on one target, he focuses on all parts of the body. That's what makes him so dangerous. There we go. Finally got you back on screen. All right.
There we go.
Get to the hamstring, kick to the upper spine. All good now, Casey, brother?
For now.
All right. Just keep it posted.
Yep, we'll do.
All right, now Zack Sabre Jr. ringing the arm once again, bringing Yoda Tsuji back up to his feet. Figure out the 3 points of the arm: the elbow, the wrist, and the shoulder. Oof. For his elbows thrown, and Zack Sabre Jr. hammerlocks the arms and grapevines the body. He's got those hooks in deep.
Very deep. And Yoda Tsuji might be going out here. Red Shoes Uno in perfect position. Uh-oh, the power.
You're saying?
Wait a minute.
A very hard impact for Zack Sabre Jr. And to your point, the first singles match they had back when Yoda Tsuji was a young lion goes back to that testament of learning from Zack Sabre Jr. since that time.
And now Yoda Tsuji slowly getting to his feet. This will give him a brief advantage over Zack Sabre Jr.
You still see him grabbing, though, that arm towards the inside of his body. Again, Yoda Tsuji is going to have a key escape ability if he's going to outlast against Zack Sabre Jr. I don't necessarily Yoda Tsuji can out-wrestle Zack Sabre Jr., but if he could outlast him when it comes to his submission game, he might have a chance. Big uppercut. And now Zack off the ropes. Oh, that tilt-a-whirl uppercut over the knee.
And now Zack Sabre Jr. on the outside. And you were talking about that distance. Here it comes.
Oh, man.
Suicide dive out through the second and third rope.
Zack Sabre Jr. set up and over the barricade into the front row. Sometimes you got to go for broke. I mean, you talk about before the heavy hitter in this match, Yoda Tsuji. We should not be surprised to see this.
Not whatsoever. And now Yoda Tsuji getting a breather, trying to get himself back right again.
We also should consider this. This is a key note. Zack Sabre Jr. has been favoring his ribs during this entire G1 climax.
And the 5-minute call made by Abe-san.
And for those that don't know, those timestamps just goes to show the length of the spirit and challenge the competitors have waged against one another here in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, face off the apron.
Yoda Tsuji, calm, cool, composed, collective, and right now in the driver's seat.
The count has begun. We're up to 6.
Of course, we have a 20 count here in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
And now Yoda Tsuji brings Zack back in the ring.
And to your point again, 12 years since we've had a G1 Climax final like this, where there will be a first-time winner.
Yep, no matter what, this year, we are indeed guaranteed to see a new banner added to the G1 flag.
Ooh,
good.
Wow.
Right hand buried deep into the breadbasket of Zack Sabre Jr.
That's a debilitating shot right there, almost to the liver.
Make your back crack, make your liver quiver. Ooh, good body slam in the center.
Good focus attack on Yoda Tsuji. Not working too fast. Now off the ropes. Diving down with the splash. Again, favoring the fingers. Here's the cover up the front leg.
No. 2 count only.
Tsuji right now trapping the body of Zack Sabre Jr. Once again, working on that core.
And this again is the American football experience coming into play. Yoda Tsuji spent plenty of days training his legs. There is plenty of power in that body scissors grip.
Zack Jr. favoring his neck, trying to find escape as Yoda Tsuji squeezes the ribs of Zack Sabre Jr., who again have been compromised this duration of the G1 Climax tournament. A lot of size displacement here, though, as Zack rolls his way into the ropes to force the break.
Very smart by Zack Sabre Jr. and good display of core strength.
And you notice
Not
the
an
way that
easy task to get Yoda-Tsuji to roll over 3 times like that.
and you notice the way Zack Sabre was trying to also pick the angle during that hold to try and maybe exploit Yoda-Tsuji for an ankle lock, just to try and alleviate some of the pressure as well.
Yeah. Any escape route Zack Sabre Jr. can exploit, he will. And now with the knees of Yoda-Tsuji being driven with force into the ribs of Zack Sabre Jr.
Again, each one of those debilitating knee strikes trying to take
Oh,
Zack
wait a
Sabre
minute.
out.
Zack
Oh,
fired up.
no!
Ooh, not for long.
A double knees down, as Zack Sabre Jr. says, as Zack was looking for a fight. And
Oh, Zack out the back door. Into the abdominal stretch.
Almost ground octopus and Inoki special. We talked about Antonio Inoki and Billy Robinson earlier, but the hip toss by Yoda-Tsuji.
Good way to get out. And also good on Yoda-Tsuji. Oh, Jesus!
That neck crank.
And I was about to say, good on Yoda-Tsuji getting out of the octopus hold, not letting Zack Sabre Jr. interlace his fingers.
And it's where you see the match always change. That debilitating neck crank, that neck twist.
And both men trying to regain their bearings.
Of course,
Red Shoes Uno reluctant to start the count.
Yeah, again, that summons up the neck for so much. You think about Clarky Cat. You think about the Sting Rings of Saturn. You think about the Sabre driver or the Zack driver that literally drops you upon their head and neck. Another debilitating shot to the ribs by Yoda-Tsuji.
Right hand to the liver.
Irish whip off the ropes, up and around against the Suture, trying to time Yoda-Tsuji.
Oh, wait a minute.
In the ring.
Is it in? Is it in?
I mean, I can't tell if the fingers are interlocked or not. And Zack again.
They're not now. If they were before, they're not now. Oh, into the arm bar. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. And look at the elbow.
And look at the
point. Look at the point of the elbow into Yoda-Tsuji's ribs.
Yep, the point of the elbow. That will torture Yoda-Tsuji in this hold, as if the octopus hold by itself wasn't torturous enough.
Again, Yoda-Tsuji carrying Zack Sabre Jr.'s weight on his upper body.
Now, granted, Zack Sabre Jr. is only, 190 pounds?
Oh, God.
It feels like 300 when you're in that octopus hold.
European catch-style wrestling that Zack Sabre Jr. has disciplined himself so hard. But again, Yoda-Tsuji, who wanted to only wrestle in Mexico, is also disciplined to a degree in that during his excursion in Rev Pro.
And Abe-san giving us the 15-minute marker for this match.
It's crazy to think it's been that long already.
Yeah, right? Oh, stiff lariat into the upper chest of Zack Sabre Jr. That will rearrange your sternum real quick.
You think about then the mentors that these men have had in their lives. Minoru Suzuki, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Karl Gotch, Tetsuya Naito, and all the different disciplines of wrestling that those men have literally showcased.
And now Yoda-Tsuji showing he's apparently been sitting, under the learning tree of Tomohiro Ishii.
Oh, man, a super kid. This down at 12.
Lariat this time takes down Zack Sabre Jr. A 1 count from Red Shoes Uno. But Yoda-Tsuji not getting frustrated. Oh!
Down goes
almost
Zack.
a made in Japan.
2. It's a 2 count. Wait, watch Yoda-Tsuji.
Charm stomp.
Uh-oh.
And Yoda-Tsuji feeling it from Ryogoku.
Yeah,
the spiritual home of the G1 final.
These bursts of explosive offense by Yoda-Tsuji being the difference maker right now, but you still see him favoring his neck, and you still see the sting in his left hand, twitching the fingers, get those nerves going.
So much history in this arena. G1 finals have been held here for about as long as I can remember. Definitely as long as I've been watching.
Yeah, right outside Osaka, the Joe Hall, or the Budokan, Nippon Budokan, Ryogoku's Hall has literally been the G1 climax culmination. And it's been a culmination for so many men, including Kenny Omega and Tetsuya Naito, as we named earlier.
Ooh. So much history. Ow, as a stiff shin into the face of Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah. So much history this building has witnessed over the past 20 plus years.
G1 Climax 33, of course. The winner was Tetsuya Naito against Kazuchika Okada.
And the building in which before that, Okada himself had won 2 previous G1 finals.
It was that G1 Climax that he beat Will Ospreay, who made it to his first ever G1 Climax final.
Indeed. And now Zack Sabre Jr. to his feet. Vertical. Nope. Getting put up on the top rope.
Another debilitating shot to the
And
wrist.
I think Yota Tsuji has found his target, working that breadbasket of Zack Sabre Jr. as he goes up to the second rope.
Well, it's hard to wrestle if you can't breathe.
Hard to do most things if you can't breathe.
Yota Tsuji, Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh my! Zack Sabre Jr. out the back door, saving himself, and then into the arm breaker.
About the thing, ringed up the arm across the top rope. To your point, Casey, Zack Sabre Jr. almost playing possum now to the top rope and a double stomp right to the point of that left arm.
And that will create a weak spot for Zack Sabre Jr. This may be the turning point of the match that he needs.
You talked about before how all Yota Tsuji needs is distance for that Gene Blaster. If that arm can't get the full impact that Zack Sabre Jr. literally can't take, Yota Tsuji might not be able to use that to win the G1.
As you just noted, I believe that is the shoulder with which Yota Tsuji leads for the Gene Blast.
Exactly.
If that arm is debilitated, it's going to make that hit. It's going to make that move a lot harder to hit.
Zack Sabre Jr. again. There is no one more methodical in dissecting the human body in New Japan Pro Wrestling than Zack Sabre Jr.
And we're putting that on display as we speak. He saw Yota Tsuji go to the left elbow, and now he is beating the hell out of that bicep. Cross arm breaker.
Tommy go over the cross arm breaker, but again, Yota Tsuji trying to clasp the wrist, S grip applied to prevent the extension. Trying to oh! Takes him right to the bottom rope, though. The reach of Yota Tsuji.
The long legs of Yota Tsuji saving him in this match.
Again, there's just that moment of positioning where you literally are just saved by grace.
There, but for the grace of God, go I. And now Zack Sabre Jr. is sitting on the first rope, trying to catch his breath a little bit. Maybe give his ribs a break from the beating that's been inflicted on them by Yota Tsuji.
Again, when you got the whole entire world on your shoulders, there's more than enough pressure as it is without your body shutting down on you. Again, pulling Yota Tsuji by that arm. Red Shoes checking on Yota Tsuji, of course. Because if Red Shoes wants to stop this for the well-being of the competitor, he certainly has that distinction of discretion.
He is not one he likes to resort to, however. The only time I remember seeing him do so was against Kota Ibushi in the G1 final.
G1 Climax 31, to your point. Big PK as Zack Sabre Jr. takes Yota Tsuji down again.
And now Zack Sabre Jr. is fully in the driver's seat. Those ribs are bothering him as Abe gives us the 20-minute. Not sure what he said there.
Yeah, DJ 50,000 fans over the duration of the G1 Climax last year have watched these athletes, these two in particular, make it all the way to the end of this journey. Only one of them can claim victory, though.
And now Yota Tsuji refusing to give up. Rising up to meet Zack. He caught the leg.
Oh, man!
Good bicycle knee. Shades of Harley Race with that high knee. And now,
backbreaker, curb stomp, combination offense. Again, those explosive moments of offense by Yota Tsuji that come out of nowhere. Turns the tide for the match again.
And now Yota Tsuji might have his win back. He's trying to catch his breath as he gets to his feet.
Again, look at the distance. Casey, look at the distance.
Yeah. Yota Tsuji closing that distance, though.
Oh, no, he's going for Marlowe. No, Zack
out of the way. Yota Tsuji rolls through.
Casadora, the roll through, victory roll. Double A Nelson, European clutch too. No,
Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't get it.
Oh, wait a minute, with the full Nelson. German suplex by Zack Sabre Jr. Yota Tsuji, Gene Blaster.
And you mentioned the German suplex. That's a move on which Konosuke Takeshita wrote his college thesis.
And of course, Konosuke Takeshita met Yota Tsuji on his way through this tournament to make his way to the semifinals. Yota Tsuji says, the next time we meet, let's fight each other while we're champions. And then to your point, Gene Blaster finally connects, but Zack Sabre Jr. was able to roll the ropes, and Yota Tsuji was unable to capitalize on a pinfall. Literally grabbing that arm.
And now we have a double down. Red Shoes Uno reluctant to start the count, waiting for both these athletes to get up and continue fighting.
Ryogoku Sumohara trying to will the will of both these incredible competitors to continue fighting for what it means to be grade 1. Yota Tsuji, bad arms. Zack Sabre Jr., bad ribs. Both men worse for wear. But this is what it means. This is what it means to be grade 1. You endure this and overcome it.
And a nod of respect given to Yota Tsuji by Zack Sabre Jr. and Tsuji returning it with a classic Tsuji smile. Both Sabre to his feet.
Oh, here we go. I think we're going to see once again a test of spirits here. Zack Sabre Jr. waits for Yota Tsuji to get back to the vertical base.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, Zach, you okay? Zack Sabre Jr.'s like, I'm okay, dickhead, get up. And we're back to square one once again on the lion mark.
Oh, good elbow to the neck of Zack Sabre Jr.
Notice he used the right arm, though, not his dominant arm to hit that.
Right.
Big uppercut by Zack Sabre Jr. And again, hyperextending on the rib cage.
Hard European uppercut by Zack Sabre Jr. Knocks Yota Tsuji into the ropes.
I'm not sure who's going to get the favor here of this exchange. What's going for the head of Yota Tsuji? What's going for the mind of Zack Sabre Jr.? Another vicious elbow rocks the front man down to his knees.
Well, right now, what's going through the mind of Zack Sabre Jr. is Yota Tsuji's elbow.
That's accurate. I don't know if Zack even knows right now he's in Ryogoku for the second.
Yeah,
Zach, ready for that shot.
Zach, I don't think has any idea where he is at the moment. Trying to clear the cobwebs.
Vicious.
Oh, another good European uppercut. This time takes Yota Tsuji down to a knee.
But every shot you take, though, I'm not sure again. This isn't for your benefit.
Doesn't matter about benefit in the minds of these two men. It's all about the G1 final and taking that trophy home for the first time.
I'm just waiting for and again debilitating
again to the ribs. Again to the gut of Zack Sabre Jr., who is now on the floor holding his nose.
And Zack once again up to his feet, hoisted up by Yota Tsuji in the fireman's carry. 17 crosses. Here's the cover. Kick out. You talk about, again, those American football days. Shout out to this high school football team there. Zack Sabre Jr. right now might literally be dead to rights if Yota Tsuji can create distance and find that Gene Blast once again. Now looking down to Zack Sabre Jr. Oh, man.
Ooh, good curb stomp again.
The side of the head.
And Yota Tsuji fired up. Zack Sabre Jr. is down. Yota Tsuji in full control. Looking for another low crash. This time it connects.
That could be it. To pin Sabre to win the G1. Sabre kicks out.
Zack Sabre Jr. kicks out.
Barely the roll of the shoulder broke the canvas, but still that prevents the 3 count.
That it does. And that's the important thing. But now Yota Tsuji creating distance. Fist in the air. Zack Sabre Jr. struggling to his feet. 3-point stance.
And, he got the arm. He got the arm. Sabre Jr. Fujiwara armbar. A
classic Japanese wrestling hold. Will Yota Tsuji tap? Oh, wait a minute.
Arm.
Look at this. Trying for the Venus de Milo.
No. Tsuji was able to prevent that from happening. Now transitioning to the triangle. Trying to alleviate some pressure, though. Yota Tsuji dead lifting Zack Sabre Jr.
Jesus! The power of Yota Tsuji and a stiff knee to the sternum.
Freaking Y trigger. And Yota Tsuji again coming off the ropes. Flying knee. Tsuji on the cover on Japanese Jr. and gets the short of 2 again.
Mad Mikey Nichols at ringside showing great concern for his front man.
Every time Yota Tsuji is able to create distance, it only takes one move for him to take back control of this match. But Zack Sabre Jr. still refuses to quit.
And Ichiban Sweet Boy trying to egg Zack Sabre Jr. on.
And Yosuji right now back up to his feet again, grabbing that left arm though. Zack Sabre Jr. still clutching his ribs.
And the
We've gone over
winless
25 minutes now, Casey.
Yeah, I think we're about 30. And the winless Shumakato from the Young Lions watching almost dejectedly at ringside.
Well, for the Young Lions, every match literally is a learning experience that they
Yeah.
watch more than they do. And again, open palm strike. Oof.
Slap the taste out of Yoda Tsuji's mouth.
Oh, my word.
Zack Sabre. Oh, stiff headbutt from Yoda Tsuji.
God.
God have mercy.
You know what's on the mind of Yoda Tsuji. I'm not sure what's on the mind of Zack Sabre Jr. anymore. Now hoist up in the fireman's carry again. And what the hell?
Oh God. A plunge from the top of the turnbuckle. Zack Sabre Jr. is trying to fight out of it.
He's got the legs hooked.
17 crosses from the top rope.
And the cover with the far leg kick out.
No. But Yoda Tsuji, again, not getting frustrated, staying on the attack. He feels it from Ryogoku. One arm hooked, looking for the second arm. Zack Sabre Jr. trying to headbutt his way out of trouble.
He was looking for that tempo suplex. Shout out to Uyemura. Pele kick, though. Big boot. Swings the right arm. Blocks the headbutt with the uppercut. Zack off the ropes again. Takes him down a clothesline. Yoda Tsuji right up to his feet. Yoda Tsuji almost caught the Sabre driver. And Yoda Sabre Tsuji driver. Are you kidding me? Cover on the far leg.
Zack Sabre Jr. gets out of it.
TMT Camboys can't believe it. Yoda Tsuji trying to put Zack Sabre Jr. with his own damn move.
I can't believe it. Who the hell are you kidding? And now Ichiban Sweet Boy Kosei Fujita watching desperately from ringside with the rest of TMDK as we see what it is all about. The G1 Climax Trophy sitting at ringside.
And whose name will be inscribed for the first time on a banner on that flag. So he's got distance, though, once again, standing in the corner, looking for that 3-point stance. Sheen, side step, wait a minute, Okada row, looking for the bridge, double leg, no,
Tsuji out the back door.
David Jr.'s though, able to pick the legs, though. Rolls
double leg
through,
pickup, jackknife, cover, no.
PK follow-up.
Stiff penalty kick. But Zack Sabre Jr. not able to follow up.
He's not going for the cover. He knows it's going to take more than that this time. The people are willing Zack Sabre Jr. on as one of their own. And Zack Sabre Jr. says, I don't wrestle simply for England. I wrestle for New Japan. We're at 30 minutes.
30-minute mark.
Sabre, no, counter step-down millionaire.
Sabre off the ropes, looking for the clothesline.
Flynn stands up. No, caught him again.
Into the. Is this it?
Tsuji trying to prevent the hyperextension of the right arm while the left arm's hammerlocked in the legs, trying to turn his body towards the ropes. Yoda Tsuji, though, in a world of trouble. And right inside of the ring.
Oh, wait a minute.
Into the submission hold.
Submission locked in.
Again, feel the pressure felt on that left arm this entire match. And he's got them trapped. And Zack Sabre Jr. grabs the leg.
Yoda Tsuji can't move.
Every limb, Yoda Tsuji has nowhere to go. He's completely tied up in the ring. I've never seen anything like this.
Yoda Tsuji submits. Zack Sabre Jr. wins his first G1 Climax.
The front man brought it home. Holy hell.
Chris Charlton hasn't been this hyped in years. The G1 Climax is coming home to His Majesty's lands.
From the Tokyo Dome, from humble beginnings in bingo halls and in the UK, Zack Sabre Jr. has reached the summit. Zack Sabre Jr. is Grade 1 and the winner of the G1 Climax.
He now has a guaranteed shot at the IWGP champion come Wrestle Kingdom 19.
And of course, that champion is a man he already beat in this tournament, Tetsuya Naito. He kept working the left arm and kept working the left arm, but he still focused on every limb and literally trapped. I don't know what the hell you fucking even call that.
I may be the wrestling encyclopedia, but even in updates, I have no idea what that was.
I feel
But
like
whatever
Zack
it
Jr.
was, he got the job done for Zack Sabre Jr.
He creates submissions on the fly. That is why Zack Sabre Jr. is the best technical wrestler going today. And now he's officially grade 1.
And now Zack Sabre Jr. extending the respect to his fallen foe, Yota Tsuji. There will be plenty more opportunities for the Gene Blaster to take his name to grade 1. But tonight, it is the front man who steals the show.
In his spiritual home, Rear Goku Sumo Hall. Good God. Saberism has prevailed.
20 years in the making, we finally get Zack Sabre Jr.'s name added to the G1 flag. As Shumakato helps Yota Tsuji to the back.
Yeah, again, get that arm checked, especially.
Please.
Over
Now, full
30
disclosure,
plus minutes of warfare.
Warfare is right. Now, full disclosure, Noah, I'm going to be going to watch King of Pro Wrestling straight after this. Honestly, I'm just happy to see that pay-per-view back on the schedule.
Yeah, you and me both, brother, because the definition of New Japan Pro Wrestling is indeed the king of pro wrestling. Of course, we see that beautiful G1 Climax trophy presented to the winner.
Bowing to President Tsugabayashi.
And to your point, the sponsor, of course, for last year's G1 Climax.
Yeah. And Shono in there as well, holding the G1 flag.
And of course, for those that don't know, that flag is inscribed on every banner with G1 Climax winners. Men that have truly shown they are more than just the best. They are grade 1. And Zack Sabre Jr. now joins that one-of-a-kind class.
It is an elite list of people that have been able to do this. All, not quite count on one hand, but definitely, people that have done this are among the greatest that have ever done it.
Tetsuya Naito, who won it twice, Kenny Omega, who won it once and became the first non-Japanese, first Westerner to win the G1 Climax. Now Zack Sabre Jr. joins that unique list of winners.
And Zack Sabre Jr. proudly carrying the G1 flag around the ring. Not too long from now, we will hear from the 34th G1 Climax champion.
Good Lord, what a journey for the front man. Ever since losing the World Television Championship to Hiroshi Tanahashi on January 4th, now August 18th, he is the winner of the G1 Climax for the first time in his career.
And long overdue.
He said if he didn't win this year, what was those 20 years of my career worth? Is there truly a reason to continue? He had to prove this to himself, and he did just that.
And now Zack Sabre Jr. can set his sights on the one championship that has eluded him the entirety of his New Japan career, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
No need for some words real quick here, though. Zack Sabre Jr. won. Chris Child didn't figure for the translation. Bazday, does he have to translate?
Well, Zack Sabre Jr. speaking Japanese at the moment.
That's fair. I mean, he did move to Japan, so he has to know a little bit of Japanese. Thank you for everything. But no translation needed for that, Casey. I'm fucking dead.
That's his Rocky 2 moment.
All right, first. He won. January 4th was a long way to wait. What?
That it is.
I mean, 4 months. And now, Zack Sabre Jr. has fallen in love with Goku. It'd be pretty good to have a title match right here. King of Pro Wrestling.
Is he challenging Naito for King of Pro Wrestling?
It sounds like, yeah, he really wants to break away from tradition. He wants to challenge for the title in October. At King of Pro Wrestling. As you were. We talked about New Japan's ushering a new generation. I guess we want to usher in new traditions. Zetsu doesn't wait for the Tokyo Dome. He doesn't want to hold a briefcase. He's calling his shot now. He just shouted Tetsuya Naito, Pekarigo with Sumo Hall at the return of Kia Pro Wrestling.
I'm for it. Let's go. And a big kiss to the G1 trophy.
Chairman Shigebayashi and Hiroshi Tanahashi, of course, now the president of Japan Pro Wrestling, are going to have a lot to think about. I mean, we're talking about the Tokyo Dome being the most important stage of them all, though, for anyone in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It looks like Zack Sabre Jr. wants to get away from that marquee, being the only known stage where you're supposed to have the biggest victory. He wants to Ryogoku Sumo Hall to that list.
Well, like you said, it's his spiritual adopted home, as I believe Hiroshima is for Naito. So why not?
I mean, I guess to not to be fair, he also did win his IWG Fairway Championship, the first one right there in that building as well, lest we forget. Also previous winner, G1 CLIMAX, as I said, right here, Ryogoku. So Ryogoku has a lot of connections for both champion and challenger.
That it does.
But in the meantime, it came home to the UK. Your winner, G1 CLIMAX 34, the frontman, Zack Sabre Jr.
Unarguably the most artistic and gifted wrestler in New Japan right now.
His biggest accomplishment of Zack Sabre Jr.'s incredible career thus far, despite the amount of wins he's gotten recently across the world against some of the greats, including not limited to Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, Hechicero, just to name a few.
The road to Wrestle Kingdom has only just begun, but we may have one big stop, call it a layover, if you will, on the way there. And I have to ask this. If that title match at King of Pro Wrestling does happen and Zack Sabre Jr. wins, does he get to pick his opponent for Wrestle Kingdom?
Well, I would imagine that it has to be championship's jurisdiction, because at the end of the day, who the hell freaking deserves to be IWGP Heavyweight Champion more than Tetsuya Naito or Zack Sabre Jr.? Bottom line, Zack Sabre Jr. being embraced by the Ryogoku faithful, by the Young Punks, by the TMDK followers, by anyone who's been a fan of the summer of tournaments and the G1 CLIMAX combination. He did it for the people. He is one of their own. He is one of them. He is not simply England's. He is the G1 CLIMAX winner. He is New Japan.
Born in England, made in Japan, Zack Sabre Jr. is carrying the flame of New Japan Pro Wrestling forward into the fall. And he has some big things planned.
As I know, we have big things planned as we are in 2025, and G1 CLIMAX 35 is on the horizon. Again, there will be many more summers to come for the frontman, for Yota Tsuji, for New Japan, for the entirety of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and for the biggest of tournaments held every year, the G1 CLIMAX, where you prove you are more than great, you are more than elite, you are more than the best, you are grade one. And we'll see soon enough this year who will add their name to that legacy for the first time or another time to come in 2025. The strongest of the summer, though, as in 2024, was indeed Zack Sabre Jr.
And he has taken the trophy through the crowd, given the love to the people that have supported him through thick and thin, who have adopted him as one of their own, who have allowed him to call Ryogoku his second home.
They're taking it all over the Ryogoku Sumo Hall. He might be there all night.
And definitely the party's just getting started. Just wait till the support. Just wait till the Supporto comes out.
Oh, good God! I don't think Sasori Jr. is going to drink enough of that.
He can't for this celebration. He can't drink enough.
That's probably accurate. And of course, Chris Charlton, that was such a proud Brit. You know how much this means for him when he said during the entire thing, "It's coming home."
Chris Charlton may not get a birthday card from New Japan, but he got the next best thing, to watch one of his countrymen bring home the Grade 1 trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your winner at G1 Climax 34, the frontman, Zack Sabre Jr.
The mighty don't kneel, the mighty change the world.
And indeed, it has come home. Oh, I fucking love the G1 Climax tournaments. And again, wrestling fans, I thank you for joining us on this retro watch along as we get ready once again for G1 Climax 35 later this year. Casey, it's so good to have you back in the front seat, my friend. A virtual commentary. It's been fun doing this. I'll see you for bracketology 35. Keep posted on that. But for now, folks, this was just a fun retro watch along. If you want more of this, stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Stay tuned to our Canadian friend, Ash. Don't be a dickhead. Go follow her today. Battle for Wrestling. I definitely look forward to covering more New Japan Pro Wrestling with her. And if you haven't already, go check out me and her coverage of Double or Nothing. And again, until next time, you know what I leave you with. You know what I do. You know what I say. There are no winners, no losers, no bears. Just fans with opinions and this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, enjoy your life, and enjoy professional wrestling. It's truly as simple as that. So whether I'm live or on demand, until next time, thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, hit the bells where it goes live on demand on this channel or any of my friends' channels in Simple Apple Studios if you haven't subscribed to them already. Casey, I don't know if you still do YouTube stuff, but definitely stay tuned for this gentleman. Me and him will be talking G1 Climax, I'm sure, very soon once again. But for now, we're going to bid you a fine adieu on this retro watch along on this fine Monday. For those that are in the country, by the way, remember the fallen, honor them. Happy Memorial Day to all of you. And until next time, make a positive impact in life. Go Genyo and have a good night. Sayonara.